Kenya has an abundance of untapped maritime resources along its coastal line and maritime resources. To unlock this maritime potential, Kenya Shipyards Limited, a state corporation incorporated as a limited company under Companies Act on 29 September 2020, was launched on 31st May 2021 with shipyards in Mombasa, Kisumu, and its headquarters in Nairobi at Herufi House along Lieutenant Tumbo Avenue. Blossoming with a mission to establish and develop the growth of shipbuilding industry through provision of world-class construction, refit, maintenance and repair of ships and other maritime services in a sustainable and efficient manner, Kenya Shipyards Limited is driven by the vision to be the leading catalyst for the development of shipbuilding industry in Eastern Africa.
Around 30% of the costs associated with the refitting ships abroad are incurred through logistics and issues of transportation. In this regard, Kenya Shipyards Limited intends to take advantage of the opportunity of providing these services locally, hence avoiding the cost of logistics of transportation, at the same time taking advantage of the low cost of labor that we have within the region.
Kenya Shipyards Limited, Mombasa and Kisumu shipyards represents the kind of transformational projects that will enable Kenya attain her ambition to be an industrial economy. Located in Kilindini Harbour in Mombasa County, our Mombasa shipyard serves local, regional and international clients within the Indian Ocean.
The primary purpose of actually establishing the shipyard was for providing for the security needs of the Kenya Defence Forces as well as other security agencies of the government. But as we have assessed in terms of the potential that we are having, we just require 20% of the potential. 80% of the potential can be provided to, first of all, cater for the regional market, the requirements of Lake Victoria, the large inland rivers like River Nile. We are also going to provide for the requirements of ships that ply the Indian Ocean region.
The yard has two large shipbuilding parking areas, a large parking which is 150 meters long and a smaller parking which is 120 meters long. The largest in East Africa, the Mombasa shipyard has a pool capacity of 4,000 tons and is capable of building new mega vessels, refit, which involves repair, fixes, mends and upgrades of different types of ships including naval vessels, tankers, passenger and cargo ferries, fishing vessels, among others. Kenyan Navy ship Shupavu was the first ship to undergo a midlife refit at the yard, a great milestone considering that since independence, all Kenyan ships have been serviced and maintained overseas. Our Kisumu shipyard is located in Kisumu Port, where it serves the local and regional clients around Lake Victoria. The shipyard has a 106 meters long graving dock capable of dry docking 10,000 deadweight tonnage, including two shipways capable of docking 1,300 tons ships.
Today's technology in shipbuilding is in sections, modules or parts. So these sections will be built from the bottom part of the ship going upwards. And then after every completion of a lateral section of the ship, that is a number of sections, they will be taken to dry dock for joining together by welding to form that part of the ship. Then other sections will be built to come and put on top of the first lateral section of the ship until the ship is complete. And that is why we have large areas for the construction of these sections simultaneously so that we can minimize the time taken the ship.
The first ship to be built from scratch at the facility under Kenya Shipyards Limited is MV Uhuru 2. The construction of MV Uhuru 2 by the Kenya Shipyards Limited, the eventual midlife refit of Kenya Navy ship Shupavu, and construction of other marine vessels has transformed Kenya into a transshipment hub that will attract frequent feeder services. Kenya Shipyards is currently undertaking rehabilitation of Kenya Railways Corporation locomotives and workshops, leading to improvement of rail transport to Nanyuki, Nakuru, Kisumu to Butere and Malaba. This is the civil and modular construction services offered by Kenya Shipyards Limited. As a nascent firm, partnered with MS Damen and other stakeholders for knowledge, technology, best practices and skills transfer to its employees, it is bound to soar globally in the shipping industry.
We've seen them bring with civil engineers, we've seen them coming up with the mechanical engineers and marine experts who are working hand in hand with the local people to be able to build ships that they're doing now at KSL. So basically, we are having almost free flow of transfer of skills.
Kenya Shipyards Limited offers a wide range of ship services including repair, conversion and refurbishment of all kinds of ships, as well as the construction of steel structures for applications in the marine, offshore and onshore fields. These services are carried out in our specialized facilities, which are endowed with all the necessary equipment, complying with international registry legislation and requirements. At our shipyards, nothing takes precedence over safety. Our safety code and its implementation are aligned with and compliant to established international standards and regulations. We ensure that customers get a quick and reliable service so that they can get on their way as soon as possible.
We expect to impact in terms of provision of services and efficiency. In terms of the ships that we are going to repair, we have said we want to repair cost effectively, efficiently and world-class quality.
Kenya Shipyards Limited's catalytic ability triggers the Kenyan Blue Economic Cluster, which is maritime transport, fisheries and aquaculture, maritime tourism and recreation, maritime energy, offshore oil and gas, marine research and education and mining. Another direct effect is in youth employment. In 2021, Kenya Shipyards Limited directly employed 1,954 employees, 3/4 of whom are youth.
Shipbuilding is intensive in labor, and we in fact intend to create a lot of jobs through the efforts and the activities that we are going to undertake in shipbuilding.
Kuna machines yenye sikuwa nimejua kutumia, nimezipata hapa na nikafunzwa, sasa hivi najua kuzitumia.
Tulifika hapa tulikuwa na ile mentality ya zile vitu ambavyo tumesoma katika syllabus yetu, lakini hawa ni wageni wametoka nje, wamekuja na mambo ya kigeni na kuna terminology mpya ambao wamekuja nazo katika hii sekta ya ujenzi wa meli. Sasa sisi tukaonelea ni vizuri pia sisi tuingize bidii ili tukue zaidi kuliko wao, sababu hao wakitupatia yao sisi tunakuwa zaidi kwa zao tuwapatie yetu, hao wakitupatia yao sisi tunazidi kwa wazuri sana katika upande wa kujenga meli.
Nashukuru kwa sababu maybe in future watahitaji tena flash kwa welders ambapo walikuwa wametoa ndugu zetu mbali, ndio wamekuja wametufunza. Next time maybe uenda hawatawaita kwa sisi sasa tuko aware na tunajua.
This consequently led to 3,908 indirect employment. Consequently, we have seen the reduction of crime due to engagement of youth in gainful employment.
Definitely, when income is boosted, then it means the government is also going to get some tax out of it. And of course, security is also going to be boosted because those idle youth now are going to be engaged.
KSL has also played a key role in the growth of ancillary and support industries, improvement of multimodal transport and training of youth in shipbuilding skills and technology.
In terms of activating the industry of transportation within the lake, because remember within the body, the water bodies as well as the lakes and the seas, you need to have the tools. And the tools are the ships that are providing the transportation as well as the logistics.
KSL's strategic location in Kisumu and Mombasa will play a pivotal role in building new vessels, maintain, repair, and overhaul maritime vessels destined for Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC), Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi, alongside promoting maritime transport, which is the cheapest mode for bulk transportation. Kenya Shipyards Limited also intends to establish itself as the regional leader in shipbuilding in the entire East Indian coast in repair, refit, maintenance and construction of ships and provision of other maritime services like modular construction and logistics support. This bold step by the Kenya shipyard broke bounds and barriers in the sub-Sahara Africa. Kenya Shipyards Limited has delved into the manufacturing docket within the maritime territory by promoting Buy Kenya, Build Kenya initiative, that is the Made in Kenya brand, as part of the national pride, and seeks to burst its banks beyond the African continent by providing quality shipbuilding and repair service to a global clientele.
We are going to serve the requirements of the government, the requirements of the other ministries, departments and agencies, the requirements of the region and inland waters, the requirements of the eastern board of the Indian Ocean, as well as the international market.
The construction of MV Uhuru 2 by the Kenya Shipyards Limited, the eventual midlife refit of Kenya Navy ship Shupavu, and construction of other marine vessels has transformed Kenya into a transshipment hub that will attract frequent feeder services. We are determined to acquire the reputation as the world's best shipyard company, capable of creating higher added value in shipbuilding and repairing all types of ships, such as supersized container carriers and supertankers.